All right, so the plan is, man, this is something that's taken years to develop, right? But basically, it started actually before I moved to Korea. You know what I mean? Like I was in 2008, 2006, 7, 8 was the time where me and the Supernaturalz, like we were doing really well at that time. We were winning a lot of battles. We were traveling a lot, and I had my own events company in Toronto. We had an office, 3 workers. We were doing all the major events in Toronto. I was judging, I was doing all these things, and everything was great until, you know what I mean, I actually had to move out of my home. I had to became a homeowner. I had to pay for my own, car and insurance. Right. Had a girlfriend, like all these things in life. And then I started to realize that, there is no money. And I was like, why can't Breakin make a living? You know what I mean? Like, why is it? Like, how come, we have to teach. I have to do showcases. Like, I don't like doing showcases, I don't like to, I feel like whack. I was doing commercials and all that kind of stuff, and the money was pretty good, but I didn't really like it. It wasn't like, I like to dress up like a Power Ranger and dance in a Power Ranger suit. Like, I didn't really like it. I mean, I like the money, but I didn't really like that. But battling, man, I love battling, but how come that's the only thing that you have to win out of all these crews in order to get a little bit of money? Actually, you actually make more money if you judge. You know what I mean? Like, you actually make more money if you judge. Like, that's messed up. And so I moved to Korea, took my wife, after we got married, and I said, okay, I'm going to try to figure this out over there. And so I went to Korea, and after working with R16 and seeing millions of dollars go in, come through the Korean government, and then how much it costs for production and how many people are working on it and how many lives, the sponsors, what they want, you know what I mean? Like, I was able to help grow up to 36 qualifiers around the world, you know what I mean? But I taught a lot of these guys from the ground up, these organizers from the ground up, how to make these big events. So we were pretty successful at this one time. But even after all of that, okay, I saw this, for example, I'm going to use Philippines for example, okay? Philippines, okay. I found this crew, SAS Crew. I don't know if you heard of SAS Crew, but they're Zulu Nation also, Zulu Nation, Zulu Philippines.
Yeah, from Philippines, yeah.
SAS Crew, right? Mouse. And SAS Crew, I really helped them. I really helped these cats, these raw cats. They're literally from the streets.
From the streets.
Literally.
Straight up, yeah.
Right? Straight up. I was able to give them some knowledge about how to battle, use their style. They don't do much big power, but I said you can still battle and beat people just by attitude, by controlling the crowd and everything like that. And they ended up traveling around the world. They won some big battles up in Singapore and everything. And and R16 was doing really well, a lot of sponsors. But in the end, after everything, now they're going back to having to go back to the streets, or getting regular jobs, working in shopping malls. And I'm like, man, these are the best guys in the Philippines.
Right. Yes.
They're not,
right.
Breaks my heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
breaks my heart.
It does.
So I was like, okay, before I moved back to Toronto, me and my wife already worked hard. We did business really well, saved up some money, ready to move back. But then I did one last thing, and I met up with every single crew in Korea. So some people saw it, right? I always called it, I said, hey, we're talking about the plan. And what we were doing is we were trying to create a league, like a battle league. And I told them everyone how it's going to work. Look, you can sell your own tickets by battling another guy, another B-boy crew, just organize your own event. And everybody was down. Everyone was like, yo, we're down. This is amazing. But who is going to organize it? And I was like, you are going to organize it.
Right. And again, it comes back to that. They don't have the ownership mentality, right?
No. Yeah. So they're like, well, okay, who's going to pay for it? I'm like, you. Right?
You got to invest in yourself. Right.
Yeah,
as an entrepreneur, you got to put money out. Right.
Put your own money on the line. You guys have fans. You already had fans. All you got to do is sell it to them your battles. It's easy, right? You're gonna, but yet they still didn't get it. They didn't see it, right? They were like, okay, we want to do it, but someone's got to pay for it. Like, we're too worried about doing it and whatnot. And I'm like, look, you guys all have your own training spaces, okay, your practice spaces. They're big enough. Like, you pay this every month just to practice here. Why don't you utilize it, turn it into a little tiny club atmosphere, and battle another crew and sell it to your fans?
Yeah,
right.
Rent out venues.
Right. And they were like, and they didn't get it. They didn't understand. Right. They were like, what do you mean? What do you mean? So that is the reason why I said, okay, I am going to go and I'm going to show them how to do it. Because this is I was like, I have to show people how to do it, how to make money, right? Like how to organize your squad, market to your fan base, battle, and how to sell it, right? And it was simple to me. So I said, okay, I'm ready to move back to Toronto. And before I did it, like I said earlier in the live stream before, Dream Runners, they caught me at the right time. And I said, okay, you know what? You guys already have the top crew in Taiwan, right? Or at least one of the top in Taiwan. You already have an investor. You already have a name in your city.
Right.
They have all the ingredients. You got all the ingredients. All you got to do is sell to your fans, because these people that already said that they're their fans, they're like, yeah, we want to see you guys battle. When is it next? And I was like, yo, if you don't take care of your fans when you're hot, you will lose them. You know what I mean? You will lose your fans. Like, you will lose people who want to follow you. So the smartest thing to do is, your fans are your customers. They're people who want to see you succeed. They're willing to pay to see you win. They're willing to do that. People are willing, and you don't even know that they are doing it. All you got to do is ask them. Say, hey, I'm going to battle this guy. Okay, so it'd be like me saying, yo, I'm going to battle, pick a guy that people would want me to battle, Migas. Okay, This is an example, right? Well, obviously there's reasons why, Migas, it wouldn't happen, but let's just say it did. I'm going to battle, me and Migas were going to battle. I'm sure that we can sell a lot of tickets, right?
Oh, yeah.
And this battle would be a non-stop battle to the death until one of us, says, okay, you win. Okay?
Right.
Right? One of us is going to have to say you win, or else they get nothing. Right? And we'll sell tickets. Live stream, we'll live stream it, and we'll sell the live stream for $5. Right? I'm pretty sure we can, we can sell that. And then in the end, both me and Migas would make money, right? That's the smartest way to do business and take ownership, right? Otherwise, there's going to be somebody else who's going to say, hey, Dyzee, how much you want to, if I wasn't smart, they'll say, Dyzee, I'm going to pay you $500 and Migas $500 or $1,000 or whatever to do this battle. And then most likely, if I didn't know, I'd be like, yeah, that's great. But when you think about it, who's making the money, right? Especially if it's done right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay? So the plan is, basically, I didn't mean for it to be called The Plan, but then people started to come up to me and say, hey, so what is The Plan? The Plan. And it kind of just branded itself. You know what I mean? It's kind of like an accident, right? And basically what it is, yeah, I just want to show people how, B-boys and B-girls, how you can take ownership of your own battles, your own career. Not to take away from any other thing. If you want to join other competitions for fun, do it. Do that stuff. But if you want to live successfully and make a living from breaking, you know what I mean? Yo, if you have, let me give you a little bit of money, like financials, how it works.
Okay.
Let's just say you manage to grow with thousands and thousands of fans. So you have 1,000-seater place, a place that can only fit 1,000 seats. You sell 1,000 seats, 1,000 tickets for a battle. 1,000. Let's just say it's only $20. Okay, that's $20,000. Let's just say you battle twice a month. Your crew's making $40,000, $40,000 a month. You know what I mean? And then if you're selling shirts and stuff like that, that's on top of it too.
Right, merchandising, right.
Merchandising, and then if you're selling like beers and drinks and some food, that's extra, that's concessions. And if you're selling like live streams, or if the inside of your place looks amazing, like TV ready, then you can sell TV licensing. That's where it's getting really big. You know what I mean? And then there's endorsements where people say, hey, I like what you're doing. You have 1,000 people coming to watch you every month. right? We know that these people are real supporters of you because they're paying money. So we want you to endorse us. How much would that cost? Now, when you come from a place where you're like, hey, you know what? We don't really need your money, but we're willing to work with you. That's when corporations say they understand your value, right? So that's why Dream Runners was able to score or to make a $60,000 contract with A6 Tiger for China, just for China alone. $60,000 for 4 months. I mean, that's like, that's pretty good. But considering that they come from a country where you make $300 a month, to them, this is like 60,000 times 5 is like, I'm bad at math. Getting like a $300,000
contract. Yeah, 300 stacks.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly, right? And so that's the way it works. Like, because I worked with sponsors and because I worked with the governments, that's the reason why I understand how they think. You know what I mean? Like it's not that like sponsors and corporations. It's not like they want to rip you off. They don't. They just want to find what's fair. If they're gonna give you $10,000, they want to get something back from that. They want to be sure that they get something back. Now, if you don't know what that is, right, what they're getting back, then they're not going to tell it to you. They're not going to tell you, hey, well, you know what, you're really worth this much, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to know how much views are worth or how much real fans are worth, right? Like if you have 1,000 or 10,000 fans, that's worth $10,000, right? If 10,000 people are going to watch you, that's at least worth that's if you're paying $1 per click per view, right? So that's how you would charge that kind of money. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. So that's what the plan is. I want to teach people how it works. And right now, we're actually opening. If you saw on my Instagram, I posted a picture of something called the B-Boy Blockhouse. It's like it's a little mini battle arena where the walls. It's a clubhouse where B-Boys can practice and train every single day. They have their jams, their battles, their parties. They pay a monthly membership, but they get into everything. They train anytime they want. All the knowledge, workshops, everything that's in there is free. But the special thing about it is the walls come out and turn into mini bleachers, and it becomes a perfect battle arena, like a cypher feeling, but with the bleachers going up. So it's tight, the energy's tight. Everybody in the house can see where you're not squished like this and trying to peek over someone's earlobe, you know what I mean? It's like that. Right. Yeah. And we're going to be battling. We're paying B-Boys to battle every month. Yeah.
Right. So basically, it's investing into a storefront for you and your crew, right? Exactly. Instead of, there's a place for practice, what have you can do workshop, what have you. Basically everything, you're paying monthly rent, or you paying monthly rent at this
monthly rent. Yep.
Okay, you paying a monthly rent, just like if you own a storefront, right? If you own your own company, you got to own an office, right? You want to start a new business, you got to own an office, right? So you pay monthly rent, and then you have the operation aspect, and you got to pay that cost. And so what you're saying is that, hey, instead of just, why don't you and your crew put the money up, right? Invest into yourself, create this so-called storefront, right? I got to put it in a business aspect so they can understand. Yeah. So put your money up to build this storefront, what have you, and pay monthly rent, the cost of monthly rent. And then within it, you can do whatever you want. Like you can, have your followers, your supporters come through, and you set a battle with another crew from another city, and then they'll come through and battle there, and you can sell tickets, what have you, like a whole big production, right?
Exactly.
And so that's what I think I'm getting at is that you got to invest your money first and foremost.
Exactly.
Hey, if you're not willing to do that, then you don't have the ownership entrepreneur type mentality. No. And I guess this conversation, won't do any justice. And keep doing what you're doing and get paid, I don't know, $400, $500 to judge. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's the next thing. Is once that's the career of a b-boy, right? It's once you're big name now, you're getting flown out and you battle, and then your next phase is, hey, I got to judge. Bro, that's no. You know what I'm saying?
Like you win a big battle and you're like, all right, now I'm gonna be a judge. That's gonna be my future.
And they're gonna pay me $1,000. No, like, and your name is so big, like, bro, like, at least start out, at least 3 stacks.
Think about this: if somebody is paying you $1,000 to judge, how much are they making?
Right.
You gotta think of it like that too,
and these are like the big corporate. These are big corporate events. I'm not talking about local promoters. Those are the community type. We're talking about the big, corporate, like Red Bull, what have you. Like I seen my own eyes of a top-rated judge of how much he got. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just like, you got to get back to that ownership mentality, and like you're saying, invest money into your own, right? Your product. If you want to have that storefront, like you said, the block house, or. So are you saying that this should be the way, or this is more of you saying, hey, this is another approach, y'all? You know?
I mean, for me, this is like for professional b-boy crews, like crews that want to make a living, like want to just battle and make a living off that, and then, and be business owners. I could tell people, hey, for example, if I wanted to just do this, the reason why I'm doing it like this is because I want b-boys to be the owners of it. It's kind of like, imagine the first basketball players, right? We're the owners of the NBA. You know what I mean? It would be like that. Rather than a whole bunch of investors coming in, paying all the b-boys, but who makes all the money in the end? Who really builds all the wealth? The investors, right? They're the ones. And that's the reason why I'm telling b-boys to, like, business only works in 2 ways. It's either you put in money or you put in time, right? That's just the way it works, right? And so I'm hoping that b-boys will put in money and time into, like, creating a business out of it. Not just training and everything. Like, training and all that kind of stuff is important too, of course, right? Like, but also making a business out of it as well, learning how to make fans, Okay. One of the reasons why everyone loved Korea back in the day is because when you watch those battles, you see freaking stadiums of fans, right? You hear people screaming and stuff like that, right? Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I gotta play devil advocate here, right? So what are the risks, man, of somebody who don't have business, education in the background? All they know is this battle. So what are the risks and what are the steps to take it there, right? So go ahead.
Okay, so of course, no matter what business it is, there's always going to be a risk. But the best businessmen are the ones that try to find the solutions to minimize as much risk as possible, right? That's just straight business, right? 101. So the risk is that if you can't sell 3K, you have to do the math, right? How much does it cost to pay all the b-boys that are battling, right? 8 b-boys. Okay, how much does it cost to throw a jam? Period. Right? You gotta rent the venue. You gotta rent the venue. You gotta get the DJ. You gotta get
security,
the judges. You gotta get the security. You gotta put up the prize money, or else no b-boys will come. Right? Now you're gonna take how much all that cost, all of that, right? And then you're gonna divide it by how many people you expect to come, right? So let's just say the overall thing is, your overall budget is $5,000, right? Let's just say you're spending a lot, $5,000. Now you're gonna say, how many people do you really honestly think is gonna come? Like, for sure, 100%. So you say 100 people will come. How much money will they have to spend in order for you to get your money back, right? And so you're gonna say, well, they're gonna have to pay $50. Okay. Now, will they pay $50, right? For you to get your budget back? And if you think no, they won't pay $50, then the business is doomed to fail. Okay. So the smartest way to do it is, how much are people willing to pay? You honestly think, and you say, you know what? $20. They're willing to pay $20. These days, $20 to come watch a really good battle, they'll pay $20. Okay? how many people can I get for sure? Do you think if I threw a really awesome battle, they would say, okay, maybe I can get 100 people for sure, guaranteed 100 people. So $20 times 100 is 2,000. That is your budget. Okay,
Right,
that is your
right.
minimum budget, right?
Right.
So use that $2,000. Now let's split that $2,000. Let's get as much as we can with that 2,000. So how much are we gonna have to pay for our prize money? Okay. So you're gonna say to get the b-boys to come, for sure. So you say $1,000. So that leaves you with 1,000. Okay, right? And then you're gonna say, okay, with that 1,000, how many? Okay, how much is what DJ am I gonna get? How much is it gonna cost? How much are you gonna pay the venue? So now you can see where this is going, right? Like this is where, right? Like that. So that's the risk.
Now, that's part of entrepreneurship, anyways.
Yeah. Now for me, for the when you own your own storefront and you're paying like, let's just say, $3,000 a month in rent, for example, 3,000. Every b-boy you want to pay them like $500. It accumulates, right? Now you have to do the math and say, okay, how many people for sure can we get every month, right? In order to pay all of this stuff off, right? So I've worked it out that as long as you sell 300 tickets at $20 and you have 20 memberships, meaning 20 people paying $50 a month to use the place to practice, and you only have 5 real students, young students to pay $150, you're breaking even, right? And anything over that, if you sell 600 or 900 tickets a month, that's when you're making real bank. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so that's the risk involved, right? Being able to crunch those numbers for yourself, because every place is different, right? Like every city has different numbers on how much it costs. I just came back from New York, and we did an estimate, and it would cost $500,000 to start this business in New York. Right? In New York, right? In Queens. $500,000. Pay all the b-boys, rent the place, convert it, change it, do all those kinds of stuff, and make them the official New York team. Crazy thing is, we have an investor, right? We have an investor. The investor's in the scene, right? And they're gonna be going to the battle up in
Taiwan.
In Taiwan.
Yeah.
And so this battle in Taiwan is actually the biggest, like it's a really important battle for me. Like if you heard the things I was talking about last time, I was talking about like every battle meant I was trying to prove something, right? But this battle, I'm gonna be proving that we can sell a stadium. Okay, stadium from 2,000 to 5,000 people, right? And they're gonna and still have the right energy and make a battle that everybody will never forget. You know what I mean? Especially from the city. So we're focusing only, our target is the city. And and after seeing New York team, I'm kind of like a little bit worried about my boys, because the New York squad is really they're really solid too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. They're official.
So they're solid, but I know how New York is. It's hard for them to kind of get their dates and working together. So that's one thing I'm 100% sure Dream Runners has over them. And if they can't get that together, there's no way they're gonna win.
And New York's gonna be an away team, right? Dream Runners have home plate advantage. Exactly. So and that's the whole part of this whole thing, right? Is to have that pro feeling, like you go into another country, you in that person's land, like their fans is gonna be rushing for the other crew. So you gotta go hard or go home. You know what I mean? But what's dope about this is no matter what happened, at the end of the day, both crews gonna get paid for that performance, right? That no one's gonna come home without getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. You know, it was eight per crew or 10 per crew or what have you.
8 b-boys per crew and b-girls.
Yeah, so all 8 is going to get paid based on the ticket sales, what have you, right? Like each crew is going to get their pay, you know, and that's next level. That's the level that we need. That's pro. That's the difference between professional and amateurs. When you show up, no matter if you lose, what have you, you're automatically getting paid already. On top of if you get a grand prize or not, right?
Not only is the New York squad getting paid to come out, like, you know, they're getting everything paid to go out, but after this battle, win or lose, Dream Runners has offered already to give them a rematch in New York City. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they're saying like, yo, because you come to our city, whether you win or lose, you're gonna be like, you might be pissed off if you lose, or you might be happy if you win, or whatever it is. But we're willing to come, and Dream Runners will pay it their own way out to New York City and battle them in New York City. You know what I mean? Like in the birthplace. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So, you know, so this is a long-term relationship. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, let's just keep doing this. You know what I mean? Like we have the league starting in Taiwan already, right? We have 3 cities in Taiwan and 1 city in China, and they have their city teams already, building their fans and everything like that. And now, if we can do the same thing in America with New York, you know, I'm in Toronto, actually working on trying to get Toronto together. Hopefully, get Boston. You know, I'll talk to El Nino. Like, I'll try to talk to other people about getting the city together. And if we have the same thing, we can have like our own, you know, North America City Battle League.
Battle League, bro.
And then in the end, the winners will go against the Asia winners. You know, whoever wins in Asia.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it'd be like a championship. Okay, that's dope. But at the end of the day, though, I'm going to be a devil advocate again, right? Because you're going to have the non-believers, right? So I'm being them. Okay, they're like, well, it sounds so good to be true. Okay, what's the numbers like? You know, I won't believe you until I see the actual value of the money. Like, were you willing to, you know, have an open discussion about how much tickets are sold and show the data, you know, to the whole scene? Like, hey, of this battle alone, we sold 2,000 tickets. Here's the receipt. Here's the data. And this how it gotta come from that perspective, or else no one will, you know, because I told you this before, right? It's like no one will able to trust that aspect of, oh, it's too good, you know, it sounds too good to be true until they see the actual revenue stream. Come back to that ownership, right? So you got to show that revenue stream, right?
Exactly.
Like you got to show that so the scene can see, wow, this is next level stuff. They made, you know, that much of one battle. What the hell are we doing? What, you know, let's do that, you know? So I feel like you should have an open discussion, you know, after that battle and say, hey, guys, it's proven. We sold, you know, I don't know how many tickets you guys going to sell, what have you, but we sold this much of VIP. We sold this much, you know, different tier tickets and diesel revenues. And in a way, you got to let the Dream Runners know, like, in order to make this work, hey, Dream, you got to let them know how much y'all getting paid, you know? And vice versa with New York. In order for this to work, we got to be not selfish on that aspect, right? Because the numbers, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right?
I'm gonna be, so all the investors and partners that I have in the world, they're gonna be coming to this New York City battle, right? They're coming from all over the world, including New York City, and you're gonna be there, right?
Word.
And we're gonna have, I mean, if your brother's welcome too.
I won't lie. I'm like, damn, they're making that money. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be transparent because I want partners. I want to be partners with people around the world. You know what I mean? Like it's time for us to be partners, and we make a partnership about smoking each other on the dance floor. You know what I mean? Like that's the partnership we're making, right? And everyone who comes, we're gonna be doing a full business presentation, a dinner business presentation. You know, half of it's going to be in Chinese. I'm going to be doing the English section. And you guys are going to be seeing everything from financials, how it's working, where the money's coming from, and everything like that, how the business works. Because in the end, you know, we have a lot of investors too. And like I said, like I keep telling everyone, I only have to do one thing in Taiwan. I got to prove that the blockhouse makes money, right? Meaning I'm going to just sell. My goal is to sell. So we have one battle every month, 300 tickets. Only 300 seats, one battle every month, and then the following year it's going to go into 2 battles a month, right? But for the first year it's only 1 battle a month for 10 months, 10 battles. My goal is to show those 10 battles are sold from the beginning. Right after New York, I want to sell that all out, pretty much all the seats. You know what I mean? Like full sellout. Once that happens, I'm pretty much ready to go back to Toronto and start with my investors in Toronto to start a blockhouse in Toronto. If I can get around all the questions I have, because I'm in Toronto right now, and the problem is, you know, Toronto has a very crazy tax law and business thing. They really the government really has their hands around your neck, you know what I mean? So, you know, I gotta figure out if it's gonna work here or not. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why you go to America, man.
Yeah, shoot.
You know, low tax. You know, low tax rate right now. But yeah, it comes back to transparency. I want to emphasize on that, Dyzee, because if you don't show the transparency, it's just gonna be another fantasy land, right? Because once people start doing this, they're like, wait, I'm losing money here. Like, what's going on? This, that, and the third. Just like how B-Boys, this fantasy land, like, yo, I'm going to get flown out. I'm going to make mad money. It's like, no, not really.
Nope.
You're not. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Like I know for a fact. Like, you know, a lot of new generations coming into the game thinking, hey, once I get good, once you get flown out, that means I'm good for the rest of my life. I don't have to do nothing, just battle. No, dude. Like, you gotta battle and you gotta know your business as well. Exactly. You know what I mean? And I feel like, for what is worth, I feel like B-boys and B-girls, you know, just say Red Bull, for instance, man, the biggest battle, and they get invited to the finals. This is the top tier, the top of the toughest of what our so-called market, aka industry. Ask for 3G, just to be part of that. You know what I mean? Like what's wrong with just going high? You know, and then of course negotiate where you can meet in the middle. But I feel like from your point of view, it's like, hey, why not just do it yourself and control that revenue stream of how much you get paid, and it's up to you if you fail or not, basically, right? Yeah. And it comes back to that ownership mentality. It's like, it's you're going to be the one who going to be the so-called decision maker of, you know, hey, is this going to work or is this not going to work? No one else to blame except me. Accountability is everything is me and my crew and my team. No one else, right? So this is why this whole conversation is about ownership mentality. Is, hey, start getting to that mindset. Is because once you get into that ownership mentality, like, you're gonna do extra work that you never did before, right? Because you feel like, hey, you're doing this because you love it. At the same time, it's not really work, because you're doing something that you love. And you train, but at the same time, you're going to take care of your business, meaning owning this blockhouse, what have you, right? So-called storefront, right? And so I feel like there are risks. If you just a B-boy that just know how to battle and train, you don't know business aspect, you don't know revenue, what's cost, what's, you know, accounting practices, you know, you don't have your business team right. Oh yeah, you're gonna lose money just like any other business, right? Yeah, that's true. But if you're gonna come in with the mindset of, hey, this is gonna be a journey. Let's go to the library. Let's open up some books and study. Let's Google. Like, everything is on internet now. You know, like,
you can Google everything.
You know, there's templates, you know, everything. But in the end, it comes back to, are you willing to put in that work?
If you're not willing to put the Google app on your, like the widget on your phone, if you have an Android and has that little microphone button, if you're not willing to just put that on the front page, press it every now and then and say, how to write a press release, how to, you know, like, do this and do that.
How to write a contract.
How to, negotiate a contract. How to understand your value. You know, how to calculate your net worth. Like, if you're not just, Google will tell you everything, even in the short form, like for dummies kind of style. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
the information is out there. But then again, not everybody, like I said, not everybody's gonna be business minded, and again, this conversation It's not about the cultural aspect. This is more for the business aspect of the game. From a B-boy and B-girl perspective, right? Because everybody know what promoters got to do, you know, events and all that. But no one wants to talk about from a B-boy and B-girl perspective on how you can monetize of your supporters and, you know, your product yourself. You can create subscribers and create online videos, you know, and get paid. Yeah, and then, you know, create this whole battle deal that you're talking about and sell your own tickets and basically controlling your revenue stream. It comes down to that. When you talk about ownership, it comes down to controlling your revenue stream, right? Just like Ness. He hardly judge no more, bro. That's what it's doing, how you get paid. Like the Art of Battle book, bro. And he wrote that, what, years ago, right? And he's still getting income out of that. It's because he invested his time to write out a book. Every new generation's coming in, they're going to buy that book, right? And so...
I'm working on my book too, everyone. I'm working on my book too.
yeah, exactly. I think we need to, you know, the elders, right, should start writing books, you know? If you're not good writing books, and write a rough draft and hire somebody that can take your draft and put them, in professional form. And again, it comes back to investing into yourself. Are you willing to put the money out or not? You know what I'm saying? So, and again, come back to Ness, like, he just dropped If These Floors Could Talk today, episode 1. You know? Just to let people know, like, hey, he's putting content out, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't hardly see Ness at battles anymore, but he's utilizing his platform. The internet is a wonderful thing now. There's no middleman no more. You can grab the fans from Taiwan or South America, somewhere in Alaska, what have you, without middleman. Internet is a wonderful thing. You got to utilize it, and that's the thing. Once you know your target market based on the data analysis that you do with basically on your insights and everything, that's when you know. At the end of the day, it comes back to you, though, Dyzee. I feel like transparency is key, bro. I'm going to re-emphasize that to you. Con artists. You know, there's con artists in business that they just want to, you know, like, there's a lot of con artists out there in every industry, you know? And so I think the transparency will kind of alleviate that, oh, what Dyzee is saying makes sense because the numbers don't lie. You can't lie when the numbers, you know, show it's a sold out crowd. New York's getting paid this much. Taiwan crew's getting paid this much. And this is what the balance sheet's looking like for the operation. I just feel like you got to be that blueprint, you know, when it comes to that transparency, bro. Because, like, again, there's going to be the naysayers say, well, you know, he can say this and that. And, oh, he can just say it because in reality, how you know he's making that much? Or how you know Dream Runner's making that much? Or how you know so-and-so is making that much, right? Just like pro players, why every kids in the ghetto want to be ball players because they see the dream of LeBron is getting millions of dollars of the deals because it's transparent, right? Like, I know how much LeBron makes in a 5-year deal going to LA Lakers. They're transparent about it, right? Yeah. So we need to be transparent about it, of what we're making.
Good idea.
Right? Yeah. Because if you look at pro players, NFL deals, NBA deals, baseball, when pro golfers go to, you know how much they're getting paid to be part of deals, right? Like LeBron traded with the Lakers, or not traded, but he was a free agent. He grabbed a 5-year deal with the Lakers, and he's gonna be making what, 200-some mil? You know, so what basically is the financial side is transparent of how much these pro players are making. So for you gotta be transparent of how much these pro b-boys are making. You show transparency and say, yo, you and your crew can make 10 grand, 20 grand off of one battle. Right? Off one battle, and you show the transparency of that, bro, that's next level.
There's certain things that, like, the first thing is all the investors and people who come to the business meeting, they're going to see the numbers, right? Because, you know, like, investors and business partners, of course, they're gonna see that it's open for them, right? And to the public, we release numbers one by one for every milestone that we want to hit. So you know what I mean? So so definitely for every milestone, like for example, if you say, okay, first b-boy to make a $50,000 deal, right? Just a $50,000 deal. Then we'll do that. You know what I mean? We'll one by one we'll be going through each person. Okay, this guy made a $100,000 deal. $100,000 to train, break, and battle. So we're gonna go through milestones like that. Now, Taiwan is a little bit different because, like I said, it's a small country. Some people the minimum wage is $300 a month. You know what I mean? So in the beginning, actually b-boys were making $200 a month just from pennies, by teaching classes. And the Dream Runners, we gave them I already said this before. I gave them the option. I said, look, you get $200 a month. What if I paid you $300, which is $10,000, $333 US? I said 10,000 NTD every month just to train and battle. Would you do it? And everyone was like, of course I would do it. Of course I would do it, right? So it has to be in context also in terms of where it's coming from, right? So if minimum wage in America is, how much is minimum wage in US?
13. I would
13.
Think 13 to 15. I don't know. Depends.
13 to 15. So yeah. So if someone said, hey, you're gonna get paid $2,000, you know what I mean, to train and battle, right? Like to someone in the US. You know what I mean? And all you gotta do is train and battle. You don't gotta teach classes. Maybe one class a month. You gotta take some pictures, a bit of a lot of social media and stuff like that. But but your main thing is battling and selling your image. You know what I mean? Just doing what you love, right? And that's where it would be equivalent to something like that. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm excited, man. I know when you first came out with it, and not a lot of people, they're kind of like, this and that. I'm like, you know what? For me, I support everybody, right? That's the thing about me is I advocate for the free market. That's the thing with me. It's like, I love what promoters are doing. Hey, if b-boys don't know their value, hey, it's part of the free market. Hey, if you want to be that person to get paid, not get paid, then it's on you, Yep. But then again, when I hear about this, I'm like, wow, this is great stuff. And so I want you to succeed. That's the key thing. I feel like if the b-boy community and the b-girl community don't want this to succeed, then man, there is something wrong here, right? I don't get it. When they can kind of elevate the game a little bit, to see that infrastructure of, hey, why don't you get your squad versus my squad, and then we just battle somewhere and just sell the tickets and see how well it does, that whole mentality, right? And you're saying, hey, you don't have to do the blockouts first, but just that whole mentality of, hey, let's get two cities.
Yeah.
Promote the fuck out of it, right?
Yeah.
And just talk that shit, right?
Yep.
And sell it to the general public, and boom.
Exactly.
There you go, revenue, right? That's what you're advocating. Is, hey, do yourself.
Yeah, man. Let's make it real,
Right.
Go Fresco. Right. Yeah, you said saying that I can't release the numbers for this battle in regards to revenue. No, I'm not saying that I can't, but I'm saying for right now, we're building an image for the people in Taiwan in the city. You know what I mean? So for b-boys and the investors and partners, everything is open. It's going to be transparent. You know what I mean? But we're still building a professional image as a company, and for the dancers, in front of all their fans and stuff like that too. So not everything's gonna be posted right online, but in terms of us in the b-boy community, who's down, if you really want to know what's going down, come check out the battle. Come to Taiwan, visit the blockhouse, come to one of our battles, and you're gonna see. And then we'll share with people who want to be down. You know what I mean? Everyone, it's transparent, gonna be like that. But when we hit milestones, we're gonna be releasing each milestone one by one.
Releasing data of, hey, this is how much we made. The first battle is how much we made. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna take time, but I just feel like it needs to be transparent, you know, because this is gonna be the first time that a business model of this aspect, when it comes to, you know, Breakin and the value and the monetary value and monetizing of it, is basically transparent to our B-boy and B-girl communities. It's like, hey, this is how much you can make, y'all, you know, etc. Right? So it's got to come down to that transparency, bro. And I'm gonna keep emphasizing, no one's gonna believe you until you be transparent. I hate to say it, but I gotta be the devil advocate. You know, I'm gonna be that person right by your side and say, yo, Dyzee, when you gonna release that, bro? When you gonna release that, right? So we keep each other in check, you know? Yeah. We gotta keep it real. We gotta keep 100. There's no fake in the funk here, you know? Everything's gotta be 100%.
Let's keep it real. Who do you think is gonna win, right? Like New York or...
Come on, bro. New York, man. What the fuck you talking about, bro? Come on, man. Your motherfuckers gonna get smoked, bro. That's all I gotta say.
In another city and New York, like they don't got any routines.
Yo, Boss One's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but I call New York gonna be the dream chasers. They're gonna chase them fucking runners, man. But that's a Philly thing, right? Dream chaser, Meek Mill. So, you know, Boss One should start a dream chasers. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Box. Let's start some shit. Call themselves the dream chasers. Go to Taiwan and just chase out these damn runners, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But nah, seriously, man. It was great. Go ahead.
You know why it's dope? One quick. Because if there's dream chasers, that's dope. Because actually the dream runners, they got a second generation, right? Coming up. And they're called the dream walkers, right? And then they got like the beginners. The beginners is the dream crawlers.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Sounds really
good, man,
bro.
It's a good conversation, man. And we'll build more. And I'm excited. Hopefully the B-boy and B-girl community is excited. I'm going to share this live, so hopefully other people get on. Maybe I'm going to record this print screen, what have you, and maybe upload to YouTube, what have you. But
man, do it.
But I feel like the transparency's got to be there. And I'm going to be there. I'm going to, you know, go live, what have you. And I'm just going to report like, hey, what's going on? And we'll go from there, you know? And, yeah, bro, let's take it to the next level. Support everybody, you know, support the promoter, what's going on right now, support the B-boys and B-girls, support this new approach, you know, called the plan.
B-boy companies and B-boy and businesses.
You know, B-boys, clothing, Bofresco, local promoters like Shaolin Productions, and, you know, like all these local promoters, man, like Florida, they got a big scene in Orlando. You know, so I might talk to some heads in Orlando, and, you know, like, yo, let's do something with Orlando, man. Orlando, Miami. Yo, Orlando has a big scene, you know. But
a squad like Orlando and Miami, that's a good rivalry right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like, you know,
go down and smoke everybody.
I don't know about Flavor Florida. Flavor Florida, like, hold up. You talking about Flavor Florida here, you know what I'm saying? Get some style, like Kim Noah would say, get some style. Nah, but yeah, that's what we want to. I guess that's the overall, I'll say view, right? Is that vision of, hey, everybody's battling, everybody, you know, promoting, everybody's eating, everybody's training, you know, selling their merchandise, what have you, like. Bro, just keep it and show the numbers. Yeah, man. It's great having you. We'll go some more. Hopefully, everybody out there that's on this live stream, you know, just start talking about it, you know, and
spread the word, man. That's
it's a great thing.
Spread the word. Spread the word.
I feel it's a great thing. Yep, exactly. Cool, all right, my brother.
All right.
Talk to you.
All right, brother.
And I wish you all, you know, much success in this whole process. I just want to provide this platform for you to get on, to have this conversation, and yes, spread the word.
B-boys and B-girls watching right now. Thanks a lot for coming and tuning in, and thanks for all your support.
and take ownership, y'all, for real. Peace.
Take ownership.
We out.
Peace.